Mumbai. I'll be explaining the post-market trading journal today, and we'll start from 13th June 2022. Bank Nifty. I've been using Renko strategy. All of us are probably using this for the entire week, and this is what I've came up with. So starting from 13th June 9:15, the first candle it went down, and there was a signal from GMMA GI, the long index. The short went down. Also, Renko wave volume also was on the right side, and I entered. And this move particularly gave me roughly about 101, 100 and 158 points. The exit was at 1050 when the pink line of KDJ, the J line, it gave a prior indication that the market might change. The trend might reverse, which is why I exited at 1050. Then again, there was a short trade. There were two trades on 13 Jan. This was a second trade. This was a very short one. This was roughly about 142 points. This was at 1430. And here, the awesome oscillator, the Renko wave, and the GMMA GI gave an indication. Even the KDJ, the color, can you see the color change? It turned into green, and this was the first entry. And the exit was at 1515. Then coming back to 14 June, the first 9:15 candle was a entry. It was a short entry. KDJ was giving a signal. The J line of KDJ was giving a signal. Even the GMMA GI, the short index, and the long index was down. The short index gave us an indication that the market is going down. So I took an entry, and there was an exit at 9:35. Based on our way of exiting, the first purple candle or the first candle of a different color will be our exit. This was also our entry, but because I couldn't, this are coming together, the both the lines. Actually, I want this was also our entry for long trade. 9:35 was our entry, and the exit was at 11:55. The color of the candle changed. Even the J line of KDJ gave an indication that there is an exit. Also, the Renko wave volume gave an indication that you can exit. Also, KDJ, the color got changed. And also, this was also an entry. Here, there are two lines I've drawn, but both are at the same point, which is why the color is blue here. Can you see? Now, this was also our entry for short trade, which at 11:55, and the exit was at 13:10. Here, the KDJ gave an entry, gave a signal that there is an exit. Here, you can see the sharp turn of J line, and later on, Renko wave volume gave an entry, gave us an exit, and even the color of the KDJ changed here, which is why I took an exit here. Again, there was a small entry at 13:30, and the exit was at 1425. Overall, this gave me roughly about 200 points. The previous moves gave me about 270 and 384 points. Even the first trade gave me 200 points. Next, I went to take a short trade. This short as in very limited time period. Here, the entry was at 1425 and the exit was at 1515. This was roughly about a 100 points move. The reason for this was color change of Renko, and there was a entry signal here because of the J line. The J line gives us a early entry and exit signals. Even here, now at for 15 June, the entry was at 11:20 and the exit was at 12:55. This was a toughest day because it kept moving in a consolidated way. Here, as you can see, this was the only big move, and there were like this were five Renko candles, and there were three Renko candles. Here, the problem with Renko I faced was putting stop loss, and one more thing was that whenever the candle appeared, for example, this year, whenever I looked at PNL, the PNL kept on swinging. This is the problem we always face. But then I noticed what we follow charts, and we should trade based on charts, which is why I kept on looking at the charts only, not the PNL, and that is the reason I got here 150 points. And this was the only trade I took that day because I was not sure. Here, we got an early indication from KDJ that the trend is reversing, which is why I entered. And this also later on gave me the confirmation that the trend got changed and we could just ride along. The exit was 12.55, and that day only I could get 150 points. The next entry was the next day. This was a big day. The market fell and people, there was a huge downfall that day. So here the first entry was at 9:15. It was a long trade, and the exit was at 9:35. Now, why a long entry? Because here short index and long index both were giving me hints that the market is going up. The wave volume also gave me an indication that the market is going long, and even the awesome oscillator gave me an indication. Here, I got roughly about 300 points and exited at 9:35 when the brick color got changed, and even the KDJ and the J line gave me indications here. Later on, the short term of GI also gave me indication that there's an exit. Even the awesome oscillator gave me an exit. Next was here there was an entry again very quickly. This was a short entry. I entered at 9:40 and it kept on going down and down, even touching the previous day low. Here I thought the market might reverse, but it kept on going down and down. And then there was an exit at 12:10. I exited based on here. KDJ gave me an indication, and even the color of the KDJ background turned, and which is why I exited. Again, there was an entry here at 12:25, and the exit was at 13:30. This both moves gave me, the first move gave me 300 points, the second move gave me 630 points, and the third move gave me 380 points. And the market just kept on going there. It was a sell on rise market that day. So there was a entry at 14:10 and the exit was at 15:25. This gave 240. Overall, this day was like more than 1,000 points. Then again today, there was a entry at 9:35. Here the KDJ gave an indication. Even the color of the background is green, which indicates like you have to go long. Then even awesome oscillator turned green, which also gave an indication that you have to go long. I went long till 19:15 when I got a signal from Renko that the trend is changing. I exited here based on the color change. KDJ and even later on the short-term index gave hint that it is going down, and this move gave us roughly about 175 move. The first move gave us roughly about 400 points.
Nilesh, I have
Yes,
to
sir.
interrupt. You're talking about today's trade, is it? This
Yes,
one?
sir. This one is
So
today's.
then you should say only about the trade you took.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not the theoretical possibility.
So here today I took a trade at this candle, only one candle, and I got roughly about 250 points because I couldn't enter quickly. Here I entered here and roughly about I got 250 points, and that's about it.
So Nilesh,
yes,
we
sir.
will not talk about. We are talking about your experiences. Sorry, you are sorry to repeat.
Yes, sir.
We are talking only about your experiences. So please show us only the trades which you took, not the ones you missed, right? For different reasons.
So only today,
only one trade, you have to say only about that trade.
Yes, sir. Today only one trade, and this was my trade, the long one.
Okay.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Thank you.
Can you, other people, please background mute yourself because I don't want to mute everybody. Self-mute. Yes. Nilesh,
yes,
now
sir.
Tell me two things. Okay, you took a trade. Rest of the day, you didn't take for personal reasons or you were not able to be sure for technical reasons?
Sir, I had to take my father outside to hospital, which is why I couldn't.
That is for your personal reasons?
Yes, sir, personal
not
reasons.
for technical reasons,
No,
right?
sir, no
that you are
technical
not
reasons.
able to take or you don't have clarity or anything. Now, only one thing I want to ask you. today, how did you put your stop loss for this first
Sir,
trade?
what we discussed earlier is the stop loss will be 25 to 2 candles below. For example, here this will be our stop loss. Can I zoom this chart? Yeah. So here this will be a stop loss for if we take a trade at 9:35. This will be a stop loss. Just 1 minute. Uh,
Okay, Nilesh,
yes, sir.
fine. Let me close it for you. The stop loss is at if the reversal candle, if you
Yes,
take
sir.
then it is on the previous week low of the candle. Some people put it as 50 points. Yes, I did say 50 points for the purpose of clarification that each brick forms 25 points. So if you are putting the stop loss on the previous brick, it is 50 points. But actually it is something more. And some people, you might have got stop loss here. Actually, I will try to show you. If you take the previous, this is a bit thick, so it's not clear. When I present my chart, you will see that the colors are dimmed. It should be on the wick low of the previous candle.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, you're taking at the show, Nilesh, show the
Yes.
first candle. If you are
Yes, sir.
taking theoretically, then it will be on the previous candle low. That means you have to take the wick low, not
Yes, sir.
exactly the body of the candle. Is that clear, Nilesh?
Yes, sir. Very clear.
Yeah. So some people didn't understand and they put only 50 points, and that could have been hit because you have to put it as wick low, which could be, let's say, another 20 points, right? In
Right,
that
sir.
case, it will be 70, whatever points that is. So that is about the stop loss one. And second, if you are, suppose show the third candle or fourth candle, Nilesh, on
Yeah.
that. Suppose if I'm making an entry, see, late entries are not advisable because it is risky. However,
Yes, sir.
when you think about this background GTJ and all that, even if you are taken or second or third, see, there are two ways of doing it. Second or third, you have to still put at the previous candle, not at the swing low, right? Which can be 200 points. We don't do that because we want to cut our losses short, right? And run our profits longer. So it's always the previous bar, the previous brick, wick low. That is the stop loss, right? On
Yes,
the
sir.
middle. So let's go to Sanadip now and let's see what he has got to say. Sanadip, now you can load your chart.
Okay, let me share my screen.
In the meanwhile, Srinivas can get ready with his chart so that we can do it
Okay.
quickly.
Yes.
You can see my screen?
Yes, Sanadip.
Okay, okay. Hi everyone, this is Sandeep here with my trade journal for this week. This week it was mainly, using Renko strategy that I was trading, though I was also referring to, open and high and other, chart from CPR perspective. But mainly it was Renko based. Now, if I look into the week, though I was not, noting down all the points the way Nilesh has done, I just did the marking over there during those times. So those are the things I'll refer here. From a week perspective, I think Tuesday was a good day from a Renko perspective. Thursday was good. Even today was good. So there are 3 days where, I felt that, Renko was giving a clear signal in terms of, what direction to take. Monday and Wednesday, Monday early morning, it gave a clear signal. After that, it was all sideways. Wednesday was complete sideways after first initial open high. So that's where, using Renko with that was a little difficult on those 2 days. But being, other strategy also helps in terms of, whether to take trade or not. So if I just summarize my trade, on Monday, I took only one trade that was early in the morning. The very first trade at 9:15 I took, exited around 9:40, 39:40 around that. So that gave me around 390 points. That was the only trade I did. And that was purely based on Renko. After that, you can see that there is a POC line over there in my chart, volume profile POC. This did not cross anywhere. So it stayed more or less on the POC. So I did not take any trade on that day. considering that it was not moving. It was, as you know, Jagan sir is saying that at least we need to have 3 bricks movement for, exit. It was not giving conviction because each of the bricks were forming at a very, large interval. So that's why I didn't take more trade on Monday. Tuesday was a fantastic day, starting from 9:30. There were multiple opportunities to take trade. And as you can see in my trade, there were 3 things that I was looking for, not only just the Renko solid brick. I was looking for the super trend because, super trend also gives you a very clear indication, which direction to follow. Then on the top, you'll see GI index. GI index was also giving a clear signal. Unless the gap, is increasing, it is not advisable to, move. So that's what I did. At the same time, the very important indicator below was Renko wave volume. This was continuously increasing in this period. So I took that one, and immediately I went on the sell side also because there was volume here and it was moving fast. So I took this also. Then there were a couple of other trades I did on that day, though I did not mark everything on this chart. But Tuesday was a very good day from a Renko chart perspective. As you can see that, multiple bricks were getting formed. You had a very clear, signal in terms of where to keep your stop loss, and it was not hitting. And it was clearly moving in one direction. Now, moving on to 15th. 15th was a very dull day. It was just an open high trade that I took that day. Other than that, there was no opportunity, although it came one opportunity I got somewhere around 11:20 around, which was for a very small move of, I think, 100, 120 points. And then towards the end around, 2:15, there was 4 brick move that I just went with that because although I was not very convinced because the long-term GI index was going up, but short-term was coming down. So it was more of a risky trade, I'll say, not from, a rule perspective. I'll not advise anybody to take that one, but I just took it because I think I took an adventure that day. That was the wrong thing to do, but still I was lucky to get the point. Now, yesterday was, everybody know that it was a fantastic day, though, there was a lot of scare in terms of, when the market will bounce back. So it was, sometimes it was going like, the very first trade after, morning, when the sell-off started around this period, 9:25. From this time to this time, though I was able to cover the entire rally, not the last part, but this rally I was able to cover, but there was some gap in between. Like, if you see 9:51 and then the next candle was formed at 10:22. So I exited here, and when this candle was formed again, I entered. So there were multiple entries I did in this period, as I was not very clear, whether it will really go that far. So this was the trade. Here I covered almost all the bricks in this case. That's where I was thinking that today, yesterday I could have covered the entire rally for Renko, but that did not happen. And finally, this part I could not cover. And I did not do that. There was a support line here, and immediately when this green candle came, I took a long trade also at this time. So this covered this entire rally I covered here. It was not a rally, a small move. And then I waited for this support line to be broken. You see this black line I had there. I was waiting for, and I was also telling people to look for this one. So when this got broken,
One moment, Sandeep, I
point,
want to show
yes,
an
sir.
interest. Okay, the way I'm going to do, each presenter, the 3 of you, like I did to Nilesh, I want to pick up a particular special point, then highlight it so that people can understand. You come right left, you're using the K line, right? Unlike other people. So one moment. You come to 12:16, that line. You are marked already, vertical line at 12:16. When K line was on the top, little right, the end of the green brick, little right, no, on the vertical line, that's the point. You see, now even though KDJ is showing green, your K line is on top, so it's showing a reverse. And you said you took an exit there, right? Am I correct?
Correct. I took an exit there.
So that too, you were guided by the K line, right? You introduced.
That's right.
Am I correct?
So what happens, sir? Between 12:16 and the next brick candle, there was 5 minutes gap, right? So that gave me a confirmation that, maybe this is just a small retracement before it will further go down. So I exited over here.
So Sanadeep, one point takeaway, one, you use the scale line. And the second takeaway, you are looking at the how much time it is taking to form a brick, correct? Right?
Correct, correct.
The more time it takes, you know that means it is moving within the 25 points range. So that means there's not much momentum. It is sideways. Then nobody is in control. Sellers and buyers, they're fighting it out. Or at that time of the day, there's no volume or no momentum. So the more longer the time it takes to form a brick gives you an indication that there's no momentum. Am I correct?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So this week, what I was following, if the time duration between two break is more than 10 to 14 minutes, I generally exit. I used to exit there and then wait for the candle to form. If it is the same candle, then I'll again, I was entering it. That's what I did over here in this period.
Yeah, this is a good point. Look, this is a discussion show. I'll be interrupting and I
No, that's
invite
fine, sir.
others. Anybody can interrupt and ask the question. That's why you are there. That's why this is a Q&A session, right? So that's how we are
So
going.
one question, is this the K line or J line?
Is the third plot line.
Okay,
If you go to
the J
KDJ,
one.
let me show you.
J
J
line.
one.
Yes, it's a
This
J
is the
line.
J line, J
J
line.
line. Yes. Sorry, I instead of J, I said K. Sorry. Yeah, it's a J line. Now, the two things, Sanadeep, we can learn from his trade. So the one is using the J line in spite of that KDJ, so that he takes an exit there. The second is he is looking at the time it takes to form a brick. From his experience, he says 5-10 minutes, whatever it is. So it depends again on the market condition. You can't say, oh, if it's more than 10 minutes, I will exit. No, it depends how volatile the market is. So it's a very relative thing. It comes by experience, right? Okay.
Yeah. So this week was the first week. So I just took an assumption of 10 to 14 minutes.
Good. So go ahead, Sanadeep. What is the other takeaways I want to see?
So then, one other thing I want to highlight here is that might help people is drawing this support line. Somebody, I think Raghavendra asked me that, whether I should enter here or not at this point. So I was not very sure because there was a support here. Market retraced from here. So I advised him to wait for this to be broken and then enter there. And that's exactly what happened at around, 1 o'clock. And then you see that, the move went so far. But I exited over here because the J line was turning. So I exited at this point of time.
Yeah, one moment.
I could have waited here.
See, look at the chart. It is following the high, low, TDI. It is the higher highs are coming lower, right? So
Correct.
you can see if somebody can, Sandeep will be able to draw a trend line. You can very clearly see it's a downtrend, right? Yeah. So I will show you from the top from the top left. You can very clearly this part of the chart. It is correct. No, a little lower. Yeah, this is fine. So it is very clearly forming a downtrend. So it will be wise to take a short trade instead of going for the long trade. So always you must keep this trend line. There are two things I said. While trading Renko, support and resistance marking, that is important, or pre-drawn support resistance lines you have to say, because these highs and all, actually when you look at alternative candle chart or a Hikinashi chart, these are the resistance and support lines. So as you see, the trend is going down, forming lower highs and lower lows, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it is wise. So you have to have the big picture of what is the trend, and then you try to trade with the trend. And that I think is what Sanadeep is saying, that he was waiting because he knew that the trend is going lower. So it's a downtrend market. So he was waiting for a chance when the reversal will take place, and then he took the trade. Am I correct, Sanadeep?
Correct.
Yeah.
And sir, this will also help, whenever you see in Renko, particularly in Renko, the support and resistance. So here I draw a line, but you can also create a block here because sometimes, 3 candles will create that support area, like in this case. So people can do that. And then when market is coming there, they know that, it will retrace from here because the trend line is supporting, as well as this is the area from where it, reverted earlier. So they can take a chance over here. And then you see, it will give you a clear picture about that.
So basically what happened is it tried to attempt, it took the rejection again, something similar to a double top formation. So you have to have this idea, and drawing this, we can draw the lines like this based on previous day, previous low, that kind of setup. Or you can use moving averages also to see what is the rejection and support resistance line, which is in the chart too. We will not go into that because that I will do after this presentation. Sandeep, any other important points?
No, I think the biggest thing was around 15th. This was a period. I think people will have a lot of questions in terms of what to do on that day, and some people lost also because of this sideways movement. So I guess the chart that you are going to share today is going to address that, considering Bollinger Band and other things we are going to include in this. I guess from a Renko perspective, that is the biggest thing when not to trade.
So this day I got only 150 points, and there was only one or two small trades.
Yeah, I also got hardly 200 points or something.
Sandeep, your volume has become low. Sorry.
Yeah, Nilesh, you're right. That day I also got only 200 points or something like that, not more than that.
Okay, Sandeep,
those are the days where people will make more mistakes, considering that. Like I'll tell you an example. If you look into this particular move, though it is a move, but the duration was a little longer, 11:59, then 12:24, then you have 12:31, and then 12:45 and 12:48. So this is where the patience is really tested. So people can exit and then miss the the 3 or 4 bricks that are coming in. Yeah. So I guess that is one area we need to address. That will help people in terms of taking the trade confidently. Yeah, that's it from my side, sir.
I think there's one misconception you have. I want to point out. This discussion, we want to go through the special points in each one's the way of trading. That's the idea. So we are not going to go through the routine things, normal trades, which are very straightforward, but we are trying to learn from each other's points. Any point you have, for example, you have the J line you are using, and you are looking at the time taken to form bricks and all that. Now I want to clarify, I want to ask one question to all these people here. Anybody can answer. See, when you are trading Renko, right? Do you think all the indicators can be used, or only some indicators can be used and some indicators cannot be used or irrelevant here? Can somebody answer?
So in this chart, some indicators
one at a time, please.
Yeah, some indicators can be used, and I have a question even Sanadeep and
who is speaking?
This is Ramesh sir.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, no, we are analyzing the post market. While the live market, I am observing Renko wave volume signals giving the lagging. After forming the 2 bricks only, it is becoming from the green to red.
That's it. You're right.
Yeah, and one more thing, even the GDI, the color also changing after the 2 bricks of forming, that is 50 points nearly. But only the clue we are here got the third line, the blue line, the direction. If it is in the down, it's possible to go move. So if the green box is forming, then we will take the possibility of the move up, or else none of the indicators giving the confidence to take the trade. It is my observation since 2 days, sir. That's why I'm referring the another chart, which is our previous charts like GI and other thing with the normal candlesticks. Along that one, I'm taking the confluence, then I'm taking the trade.
Which indicator you are talking about, Ramesh? Please.
I'm talking about the Renko wavelength, which is showing in the screen.
The volume one.
The volume one. It is lagging actually. After the
one minute. I got the point. We'll ask somebody else the same question. what indicators can be used and what cannot be used in Renko?
Sir, Renko eliminates time, which is why most of the time many indicators don't work, which have a uh, portion of time in it. I think Renko RSI could work here. Other than that, I think everything is fine on this chart.
Okay.
GMMI, GAI is also good with this chart, but one
No,
chart.
but Nilesh, I want
Yes, sir.
to answer from a conceptual framework, not individual indicator. What type of indicator will work? Okay, let me be very more specific. Ramesh partially answered the question. What
Momentum
type of
indicators only, momentum indicators only
trend and
can be
momentum.
only used, sir.
sorry?
Trend and momentum.
Momentum indicator only can be logic here.
Okay. What cannot work? Can you please tell me?
The volume based cannot be worked here.
Yes. Okay. Now that is the point. Sanadeep, you mentioned in the first one, you looked at volume profile. I probably would assume that you looked at volume profile in another chart, right? In candle.
No, no,
Because-
no, sir. I have volume profile in my standard and MACD chart also, and I have it here also.
No,
And
for not
this
for
is-
the Renko chart type, for the candles, right? Let me explain. And
No, no,
then
no.
you can
Let me
answer.
explain. Let me explain why I said that, this is working. And Ramesh, you can check it also. I initially first day, I was not keeping it.
So,
But
Sanadeep, 1 second, 1 moment. Let me clarify. I understood what you're saying. I want to clarify and then you can go ahead. See, there are two things. Okay. Volume, general volume will not work in Renko. Why? What is volume? How volume indicators are calculated? Volume is calculated as the average of what is the volume over a particular period of time. It's an average of a certain volume, let's say every 5 minutes, then it is total and divided by how many 5 minutes you have taken, let's say 10, 5 minutes, then you divide, then you get an average. That is what BWAP, for example, BWAP or any volume base will not work because Renko doesn't take into time. So if you're going to divide volume by time, which is what the volume indicators are, so that will not work in Renko, number one. However, this weighs volume, right? That's what, are you referring to that? I mean, this will work. That's why this weighs volume has been added because of this handicap of Renko not taking time. Some people have decided to convert, add the time value into that, and that is not possible in trading view. So if you go to that weighs volume indicator, the guy, whoever has set up, there's an explanation that this has been done by an engine outside trading view, calculated separately and put it. That's how the program has been written. So if you're using the weighs volume, yes, it can be used because that is the way it brings the volume into picture, because no other volume indicator can be applied like we have to Renko chart. So this is the explanation. Now, Sanadeep, you can tell me.
Yeah. I also had the same view, sir. It's not that, I'm talking something different, but particularly on this volume profile POC. That's why I have only POC line. I compared it with the standard candle volume also. So there is a difference between POC line that you'll see in the standard candle chart and Renko chart. So, but at the same time, what I've observed, this is my observation, I don't confirm it right now, that this POC line still works as, the resistance and support. And during temporary break, when it is forming, it helps to, decide whether to go further or not. So that's my observation from 1 week. I'll observe it again next week, how it is helping. Then I can explain more. But this week I observed, Monday I was not using it, but later part of the Monday, I started observing this one and it was working. And the value of this is different from the candle one. That's what I want to highlight only right now.
Okay, good. You can continue. And I would suggest that you also focus on the raised volume. It's a very good indicator. It really, as you can see, it is
I'm
perfectly
using that.
aligning with confidence in everything. So that is what I would suggest. But as
So
you,
there was one question Ramesh had, which he is saying that all this volume bar, what you see in, wave volume, the Renko wise wave volume,
yes,
there is a lag in forming that. And, that was his point that, we cannot take a decision based on this because it comes later on. So that's that's the thing we need to, look into it.
No,
Exactly, yeah,
how
this is
much
what-
later on? You mean
maybe 2 bricks, sir. After the 2 bricks, it is getting. So by this time, the 50 points we are losing. So only the clue, as we mentioned, the third line, that GDI line, the blue line, we have to get the whether if it is a down, there is a possible for the reverse.
Okay, Ramesh, the answer is like this. See, this again, I will tell you. Your trade is based on your body chart. That is your strategy chart, right?
True.
Okay. So you're entering based on that. Now, this particular indicator is meant, what is the purpose of the indicator? It shows you whether the trend is continuing and is it getting stronger. So, for example, if you take the green one on the left, you can see that slowly, even though it is forming later, you already taken the entry based on your chart, based on the Renko, right? That's what you are trading. Now, you do not know whether you should exit at the third brick or fourth brick or fifth brick. You are looking at to get more conviction to stay on the trade. How far you can go, when to exit, that's what you need confirmation, so that you are going for 1:3 ratio or 1:4 ratio or even 1:5 ratio. That is how we trade. That is our basic strategy of taking high level trades, taking maximum points and cutting losses, exiting quickly, right? So that is what it is. So what is the purpose of this waste? We don't take entry based on waste volume. It is only supporting you as an indicator, like any other indicator, to support that whether you can continue to stay on the trade. So let us assume after second brick or third brick, I will also watch from Monday more closely. Then if it is increasing, as you can see, the green bars getting higher and higher, and that means more people are coming in, more buyers are coming in, the buyers are in control. So that gives you a conviction to stay up to whatever points, 200, 250 points. So that is how you should look at it. But if you start trading on the basis of indicators, that is not how you should trade. It won't work. You should trade on the basis of the strategy, get confluence, get this conviction to stay on the trade, and for it can help you to exit the trade. It won't help you to enter the trade.
Agree, sir, agree. Because especially while reversal, we are waiting for the signal from the Renko, but it was not giving the confluence. That's why we are referring the other chart for the
Yeah,
reversal.
but Ramesh, let me add one
please.
point. You said J line was giving clear indication, but I think there is another important line that you should refer is the super trend line. You will find before it turns, one of the brick will not have the super line on top of it. That is your other indication that you can look for it, whether to exit or stay. So observe that. I have observed that one. That also gives you a very good indication.
So
From a
one more
super
thing
trend
I've
perspective.
noticed is
one moment, Nilesh, can you repeat this? I missed it. Sorry.
So, sir, you see this super trend line? Like,
Yep.
if I look into this one, before it reverses, there are some temporary bricks will form, right? But even in a solid brick, you will see there is a gap in super trend before the super trend goes to the other side. So you'll see a lag of almost 10-15 minutes, and that's a clear indication that things are changing. Besides J line, that also gives a very clear indication whether to stay or exit.
Okay. Then somebody else also said, just let me add, the slope of the super trend also can be seen. Sometimes it can be flat. That means, which is there in another part of the chart. You will see that super trend is a bit flat. So that means that there is no trend. Okay. If there's no trend sideways, there's no point in trading. We are avoiding. See, these are all comes with experience. Let's go to Sandeep. If you don't have anything,
so one more point.
One
more point I have. This J line, whenever there's a sharp turn, only then there's an exit. You can be very sure that for example, this green portion. So can you bring the cursor there? Yeah. See, it's not sharp. The J line has turned, and whenever you see, you could be careful that the exit is near, and then whenever there's a sharp turn, you can just exit. A small curve is fine, but
Correct.
whenever you see
I agree, it is giving a pre-warning. When the slope is not 45 degrees or more than 45 degrees, then anyway, the end is nearing of the trend. So you get ready for an exit, basically, right? That's what you're saying. When there's a steeper slope, then the exit is imminent, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what you're saying.
Just be careful when there is a slope, a curve there, and you can be sure that there could be exit coming soon. And whenever you see a sharp
Nilesh,
one, you exit.
No,
Yes,
Nilesh,
sir.
is this the correct point? So
Uh,
this is the correct one, and this is you can wait.
yeah, you can wait. Even here, sir, you can take any trade where there's a curve. For example, the red trend next to the green one. Yeah. Can you
This
see
one
there's
you're
a
talking about?
slope? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Here there is a curve there, but here at the point where it reversed, there was an extreme angle of that J line. When
This
no,
one-
here,
which
here,
one
here.
you're
The
talking
starting
about?
of the
Yeah, this
no.
one.
Come here. Come to this red one first. Yeah, yeah. This the one. Yes. Here there is a curve, and the next where there is an exit.
You're talking about this part?
This point here, there is a curve here, and then there is a sharp exit here. Yes, sir.
This is
Here
the point?
you can be ready that there could be an exit coming soon, and then whenever there's a sharp turn, you can just
Which is
exit there.
like this.
Oh, here.
like this.
Yes, sir. Like this, that you can exit, or even here, the red one, the short
This
trade
one
we
you're
just
talking
took.
about,
Yes,
huh?
yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here you can exit.
I got-
okay, Nilesh, let's people follow it up.
Yes, sir.
Let's see start it. Are
Just
you
had
ready,
one
Srinivas?
question. Sorry. Yeah, Makbul here. Just want to check like the GI. So can we based on those also like the reversals here?
Sir, the thing is, GI, it gives just a tad bit of
Little.
late entry.
Okay.
It lags a bit, but you can refer to the J line it is very important for this strategy. Then for additional confirmation, you will get GI will give you an indication that okay, there's a long one or there's a short
Mhm.
trade.
Okay.
I think GI is mainly that, whether the long term is also following the short term or not, or,
Yeah.
it's just a short term move that is happening.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. The red line is more important. People don't understand. It shows you the trend really. If it's a bearish, until the red line comes up or changes direction, that is when the real trend is changing. All the other things are very quick scalping, the green ones. They are very for quick scalping, it can help, but you must look at the red line. You'll get an idea of what is the market trend, right? That
Yeah,
is
yesterday was a very clear example, it's short term started coming down, and then, people would have exited here because the long term was not coming down. Then when long term started coming down, then you can be sure that, as long
correct.
as long term is here, it will stay down. It will not
Correct.
go up.
So yeah, this is how you get the affirmation to stay on the trade. So for example, you took a trade, as Sandeep example, the short move, the green short-term average is coming down, you took a short trade. Then after 10, 15 minutes, you see the red one long-term also moving averages. That means you know that the trend is continuing, you are on the right track. So you should stay on the trade and take the maximum point. Am I correct, Sandeep? Right?
That's correct,
That's
sir.
what you're saying.
Although I exited, I exited at this point of time because, I can say that I should have stayed there.
Okay. So these are the lessons. Srinivas, can you start? Because why I'm a little bit rushing up is because no, some of the problems will be addressed when I present the more improvised version 4, right? So
Okay,
Srinivas,
I'll
are
stop
you
sharing it.
ready?
I'm
Yes, sir.
stopping the share.
Yes, sir. Sir, mostly I worked on BB chart. Is that okay to present?
Yeah,
Bollinger
no
Band.
problem today.
Yeah.
But short, yes.
Yeah, sure. I'll make it short.
You present because I've added BB chart to my to Renko when I'm going to show it to you. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
No problem.
Great. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks. So I'm more of a candlestick pattern trader, but after I got introduced to these charts which Jagan sir has given, right? So I usually scalp in 1 or 2 candles and I come out. But these kind of strategies, right? It is giving confidence to stay long in the trade. So this is the chart which I took today. Why I went for I aimed at mean reversion technique today because yesterday was a very trending day. and RSI throughout the day it was remaining between 40 and 60. So so I entered each and every 3ST reversal. So this was my first entry, and I also look at these fractals. So what I did is I took an entry here, and my stop loss was this candle's low. So I made sure the stop loss is less than, I mean, close to 50 points, not more than that. So I took an early entry, and as soon as it hit the 3ST, I exited. Though the indicator was still giving you long, I exited as soon as it hit 3ST. And if you see in this candle, it was forming a fractal high. So since it is 3ST as well, so I assumed it should reverse. And
Jagannatha, I have a small question, if you don't mind. If you don't mind.
Go
Or,
on.
actually, he actually told he took the entry with fractals. I was always used to see fractals as a resistance, as Nilesh Bhai told. But now trading with fractals was something new. If you don't mind, can you kindly explain, please?
Fractals will always tell you about reversals. So here, when it touched the 3SD, it gave a indication that the trade might reverse, and it did later on, and then the fractal was formed. And it also tells us about the support and resistance level. There are multiple uses of fractals, not just support and resistance, but the main thing fractal will give you is a trend reversal. Go on, Srinivas.
yes, yeah, as you said, it's trend reversal, and you can consider it as swing highs and lows. So breaking that swing high, right, you can expect momentum upwards, and this will act as a resistance till then. So yeah, and I also mix it with the regular spot chart with the CPR in it. Sorry, I couldn't navigate to the chart.
Srinivas, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Show
Yes.
it. You complete it, then we will ask questions. No problem.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't navigate it to my chart. Okay. Yeah. So in my regular chart, I just use a normal candle, and I just have this CPR and RSI. That is the only indicator I use. And I also look for candlestick patterns as well. So here at the CPR, it was forming a tweezer top. So and also here it gave us a fractal. So I took a reversal trade here. It was an early entry, but I mean, maybe here it could have been an ideal entry. So then I exited the trade as soon as it hit the Bollinger Band, and then my next trade was
That orange line is the neutral line, is it?
Mean.
Mean line, right?
mean. Yeah,
Yeah, you have to thicken it a bit so that you know that's an important thing.
Okay,
Just
sir.
in future, you
Yeah.
make it in a proper color, black or something, so that it is distinctly clear. It will be
Sure,
easy
sir. I
for
will
you.
do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that. Yeah, my next entry was again here. As soon as it hit the 3ST, I was waiting for a reversal, and as you can see, right, it was giving you fractals here, and even in the chart, right, though there were points left between the day's low. Since it was giving fractal, I just took a trade around here with this candle as the stop loss, and then the momentum went on, and I exited as soon as it hit the 3ST. Similarly, yes, sir. Same story today, because it was a sideways momentum. Whenever it hit 3ST, right? So I used to take long, and upper 3ST, I used to take short.
Srinivas, I want to, we understood. Did you use that RSI crossover? How did you use this confluence? Can you just explain? How did you look at those? You have one, other people don't have this RSI 5-9 crossover. So
Yes, sir.
do you use it, GI? Did you use it, and Billy, did you use it? What is
yeah.
your conviction? Okay. The one thing good is you are trading on the basis of your body chart, which is how it should be done. And mainly that is the most important thing. And that's why your trades were successful. I want to see how you did your confluence. Did you check for confluence or not?
Yes, sir. I always made sure the 5 is above 9 and it is again the EMA line. And okay, I can show you the confluence. Yeah, here if you see, right, all the GMMA index was giving you a signal, and similarly Willy was going above and RSI was also going above. And I exited at 3 ST, but still the indicator gave you the exit late though, where here, right, the RSI was falling below the EMA, and yeah, and Willy was also giving you a crossover here. But I exited as at 3S. I generally
Just one thing.
exit at 3S.
Just one thing I want to add up. See, whenever there's a trending market, this 3SD, it will keep on hitting and it will keep on going up. Since it was a consolidated day today, range bound day, which is why it touched 3SD and it reversed. The one thing you can do is you can wait for a candle, or for example, this is a long trade. You can wait for a candle that closes inside a red color candle, and then you can exit to be very sure on a trending day.
Okay, one moment. Before I
Can we
open for
check that for
question,
yesterday?
Srinivas, once
Yes,
again.
sir.
The thing is, we got the pattern. I want to show why today was the perfect day for this Bollinger Band. Okay, I want to do one small thing. I will show you why today is a perfect day for a mean reversal trade. Okay, what you do, open another chart, new chart, just blank only Bank Nifty.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Just open a new chart only with Bank Nifty futures.
Yes, sir.
Candle, right? Okay, it'll be like that. You convert this, only take for today.
Yes, sir.
No, these lines, is it possible to remove
Yes, sir.
these vertical lines? Okay, right, good. So you convert, take for the whole day, please. You are taken from 10:30. I want you from 9:15 to.
Yes, sir. 9:15. Yeah.
No,
Zoom
the
the chart.
starting point is 9:15.
Yeah, this is 9:15.
9:15. You convert it into line chart now. No, don't move. I want to see the whole day.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Why are you moving now?
Yeah.
Bring it down, the chart into the center.
Yeah. Okay.
Bring the chart down to the center. Move. No,
Yes,
I want the whole day. And
Yeah,
I
this
want
is
the
where the
chart
whole
to be
day
on the
started.
center of your screen. Yeah, move it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 16. As you will see, this is a line chart, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see the oscillation up and down. So Srinivas was able to get all this short. See, the today's was how much was about 8. I think 700 or 800 points I posted. I don't remember the range.
1,000 future
600.
points, sir.
Today, no, after the opening,
The range was
it was
600.
not 1,000. It was something less. No. It was
I think it was around 700. Around
no,
700.
wait, I will give you the exact number. Let me look. Just give me a minute. I'm looking at the phone. I will give you the exact number. I will give you the high and low. Okay.
600.
32,889. Let's say 32,890 was the high. 32,290 was the low today. Right? Agreed?
Yeah. Yes,
So
sir.
it was
670.
600 points only. Right?
Yeah.
Today's range was only 600 after the opening. Right? That's what it is. High and low.
Yes. Yes,
So when 600 points, somebody can get 1,000 points. That is because he used every opportunity. He didn't miss any trade, Srinivas. And you look at bring it down, Srinivas, to the center so that people
Yes.
can see.
Yes, sir. Is it clear?
All the swings he is able to get down, up, and this one in the middle, that big swing. I'm sure you got that. No, it is not. See, you are not showing 2 days. I want to see only 17th. You put mark 1 day, 1 minute, it will come.
Okay, sir.
It is 5-minute
You are
chart.
not showing the, you just, no. Go down and press that 1 day on the date. Is it 1 day, 1 minute?
Yes, sir. 1 day, sir. 1 day, 1 minute.
1 day, 1 minute. Okay. Can you convert into 3 minutes?
Okay, sir.
Same chart, 3 minutes. No, again, it's going 17th. Bring it to 17th. Is it the one?
Yes,
No.
sir.
Yeah, this is the one.
17. sir.
This is the one, right? 17.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, as you can see, it is a range-bound market, number one, and it has got all the swings up and down. So if you draw the mean reversal, actually this is the line chart. I'm trying to see. Okay, let's take the Fibonacci chart. Just change it. I'm just trying to see which one will show more clear picture. Yeah. This is better. Okay. See, here we can see. As you can see, it is revolving around the mean line, right? If you draw a central mean line, it is going up and down on this line.
Or
So-
30 period moving average.
Yeah, so 2 HD or mostly 2 HD. So this is why when you get so many trades, when you use every opportunity, every reversal up and down, you are able to take, then you are getting the maximum point more than the range of the day. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
No?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
What I'm trying to say is, this is a range bound market today. When it is completely the candles are formed around the mean, right? So it is not, it is going below plus or minus 2 SD. As you can see clearly that it's more or less a straight line. If you draw the mean line, if you calculate and draw, there's a formula, you'll see it is revolving around, going up and down the mean line. So that is why this kind of market, your Bollinger Bands will give you a very good performance, right? Right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now go back to your chart, Senior. I want to show you something else.
Yes, sir.
Now, how many trades you took today?
So totally 7, I guess, sir. 7 to 8 trades.
7. That means you use every
Yeah,
every border case
Yes,
of up and down, right? Both
Yes.
both sides. Am I correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's where we are. Okay. Any questions from others? Yeah. Narendra,
Yeah. So if
All the
Ramesh,
people, please
go.
pitch in. Now is the time to ask your question.
Yes, Srini, go to the previous chart
Yes, sir.
and go on 15th.
Sorry, 15 minutes?
Not 15 minutes. Day 15th.
Okay. Okay.
Day before yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, go for the. Yeah, stay there. So, sir, on this day also, can we apply Bollinger Band and do the?
Yes, in a similar day like this, definitely, because it is revolving around. This is what you have to look at charts every day and see that this is the kind of day when this is when is it Tuesday? Last Monday.
Yeah, this was Wednesday. So,
Wednesday.
Srini, if you can draw a rectangle from start of the day to the end of the day.
Okay.
Yeah, good idea. Yes, let's do that. You'll see the range is again will be for 600, 700 points. Yeah, you see the mean line. Okay. Now that blue line is somewhat the mean, right? Bollinger, if you draw. It is going up and down, as you see, except the last part of the day. So it is possible to catch, you can see even this, let's assume this is a channel or a regression channel, let's say, if you, it is again same 2 SD principle, you know, the regression, this channel band. So let's assume this is a channel. You can very easily take the trade, no? Because it's up and down, it's moving, and it is not showing a very clear downtrend or an uptrend throughout the day. So Sanadeep,
This is the day one should avoid Renko.
Hello?
Sir, and this is the day when one should avoid Renko and focus on just, mean reversal.
No, what I'm saying is, no, I will present another chart which will take care of both. What is the range? Can you calculate this between
200
up
points,
and down?
200 points.
How many points is this?
Measure with the scale. Srini?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Approximately. You don't need to be exact.
200, around 200, I thought.
270, 300
270,
points. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's approximately moving in a 300 points range, right? So this type of day is very difficult to trade with the Renko. So you have to look at the range bound. This is what I was saying. Range bound breakout compared to a trend strategy. I'm sure people with the Renko would not have made much points. Sandeep, I do not know whether you remember.
Yeah, we discussed about it, sir. Nilesh and I took only 1 or 2 trades that day.
Okay, yeah. So we have to understand the limitations also. That's why I'm proposing people to have 2 strategies. One for trend, another one for range trading and breakout, right? Which is the 2. So always you have 2 strategies. You keep on trading, you practice, you master it, understand the concept. And as days goes by, you will get quite a little experience, and with a broader view, what I say, market structure, this high, low lows and all that stuff, you'll be able to find out in the morning within the first 1 hour. There's another indicator to show how to trade based on the first 1 hour. I try to include it, or we'll have it covered in the next session. The first 1 hour itself, you should be able to have a very clear view of what is the market is. And then you have CPR also. Again, there are other things like CPR you can use. It definitely gives a very probable idea whether the market is going to be a range bound day or a trending day. Then there are channels you can draw. And I saw Sini drawing some channels also. So all these things, this is why I say you have to practice with the left rail of the trading view, the charting tools. So you should be able to draw this support resistance line and these kind of things. So shall we move on now? Any questions to Srinivas? It's 8:40 now, more than an hour since we started. Other guys, Jayesh, Maqbal, Narendra, all those guys. Do you have any questions, or say no questions?
I think because you explained about this range, how to find out the range in the day. I think that's the question I had, but I think you clarified that, saying that starting 1 hour of the day, I think should give a fair idea of what the market would be.
Correct. So yeah, we'll go into that. We have to progress. Now we are concentrating on Renko. So, okay, now let's proceed. Nilesh, can you help me to load those for 2 charts? The one I shared in Telegram. Okay, now we are going to make it a little simpler. Can you go to the second chart? I'll start with the second chart. Then I'll come to this. Okay, this is the second chart, right? Now, we can add, I just left with the ADX only. Why I want to do that first is that, so we can decide whether we should add another indicator or not, right? So can you now focus only on the chart, forget about the ADX. Let us bring the chart into the full view. Yeah, okay, good. So what is here? Here is, I've added the alligator, right? You have already taken the alligator. Can you go on to see the setting of the alligator? Nilesh, can you show? So you have this, go to the inputs, please. So 13, 8, and 5, okay? And don't worry about the offset. So it's using 5, 8, and 13. Just to recap, we discussed this. Now, at that time, when alligator was there, we, put okay and clear it, yeah. We said that when the 3 lines, the lips, jaw, and mouth is wide apart, that means there is a trending market and there is a momentum and it is going to go a trending market. So at that time, we said when it is sleeping, that means all the 3 are closed. That means the market is going, the alligator is sleeping, the market is not trending, market is sideways, right? You can very clearly see this now. When you see the sideways movement, Nilesh, I want you to take 2-3 days and show that when the alligator is sleeping, which all you know, that means all the three lines are knotted together. There is sideways movement and there's nothing much to trade. Show those three, you can see. Go
sir,
back,
can I ask one
let's
question?
take more days. Again, you'll see when it is not trending, you see the thing is closed, right? So you show a trending one. Take an example when it's wide apart on the left. Yeah, see here. See how the three lines, and I think I've drawn it EMA 20 also. No, one moment. Can you close that EMA 20? Just only that. Yeah, now you can see there's no EMA 20. See how apart it is and how the Renko is behaving. So you can very clearly take a trade. So
Sir,
this
can I
chart
ask
is
one question?
identify the no trade zone. That's the purpose of this chart. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so with alligator, what we are trying to understand is when not to trade, right? It is
Yes,
not
to
when
identify
to
the
take
no
trade.
trade zone, we are using that principle. See, the concept is that when the lips, jaw, and teeth are closer together, that means the alligator is sleeping. That means it is a squeeze zone, or as I've drawn the rectangle, there's no much market movement, it's sideways. So the more
Excuse me.
time it is sleeping, the alligator is hungry. I'm just trying to recollect that presentation. I don't know, I forgot who presented it. So when it is sleeping, the more time it sleeps, it gets more hungry. Then it gets more hungry, then it start to eat more aggressively. Applying here, what it means is, once it is knotted together, the width is low, the market is not trending, it is moving sideways or squeeze, as you call in Bollinger Band language. After the squeeze, it is the longer the squeeze, the most likely that the trend will be stronger, either up or down, it will break out or the expansion will take place. Okay. So that is the
So
concept.
in this case, sir, Nilesh, if you go to 11:26 time.
Yes. Go to different dates and see whether.
Yeah, just stay there, stay there. Now, as per this, alligator is sleeping, right? So
Yep.
we should not take any trade. However,
Yes.
what I see, there are 6 bricks, solid bricks being formed in Renko. So what is your advice? Shall we consider it or not?
My advice is no. See, the question is every 3 you can take, but that is, the same principle, the risk reward ratio. 6 bricks is how many points? You're talking about 150 points, right? Okay.
Right.
Now, that is the maximum you can reach. But again, 50 points, you can count it out. First candle, you are taking at the close of the candle. Last candle, you are taking at the close of the candle. So you can only count on the 4 bricks, which is 100 points, right? So yes, you can take it, not an issue, but you don't know. You see, this we are looking at hindsight and we are thinking
True, yeah.
that, okay, it is a 4. But when you're actually trading, you don't know whether, see, before that you see at the beginning, 3 candles, then 2 candles, then 1 candle, then 1 candle up, then 1 candle down. See, this is called whipsaw movement. Really, there's no trade here. And Nilesh has drawn a little bit left. You have to bring it down, Nilesh, when really, when it is the left, your rectangle, it has to be brought to the right slightly because you have drawn when it is wide. No. So draw exactly the points when it is closing. Yeah. And no, this is okay. I think, right? No, right is fine.
Right side is fine, Nilesh.
Yeah. Right side is
because
fine.
if you see all 3 lines are coming together, right? They're
You can
staying together.
put even one more brick to the right because still it is. That's why Sandeep is asking this question. It is sleeping, still it's moving. Yes, see, one thing, we don't have the perfect equation here, right? All these indicators, they are indicators, right? They're only indicate. So yes, you might miss a trade, which is about 100 points here, right? 150 points total. practically you can get, but you are escaping from a big fall. You would have lost these 3 SLs would have been hit on the previous
Yeah,
3,
I agree.
right?
Yeah.
So you have to
Even if
balance
you
between this. Yes,
true,
you
true.
will
So
miss the
the
trade. And another thing, Sanadeep and others, you can't take every trade and win. Nobody
Yeah.
can do. Believe me, even the best trader cannot get it all. So we can
Yeah,
look
sir,
at
I'll tell you
optimal.
where the psychological problem comes, right? If I look into this rectangle that Nilesh has given, and just after that, at around 12 o'clock, right, Nilesh, there is a green with a pin bar, right?
Yes, that is where
See,
you take
Renko,
the trade.
yeah. So Renko will prompt me to enter over here. However, when I look into alligator, the green line is still below, right? So it is still trying to go down. So that will, kind of create a confusion whether the design is right or not.
Sanadeep, no. So please don't mix up 2 strategies, alligator. Leave it. This is, we are using the concept. See, now in many of the other feedback also, when they are trading Renko, they are talking about some other concept in some other thing. No. Here, there are only 3 things are important. One is support resistance level. Second is the entry and exit based on the bricks direction, right? Even volume I explained, except that waste volume, you really can't have clue. So here the momentum plays an important role. The point here is when the alligator is sleeping, there is no momentum. We are momentum traders. We are taking only 5-6 trades maximum or 4 trades. And those trades, our strategy is to take it to 1:3 or more ratio, right? Now, if you think that, yes, I can take even this short scalping, yes, you can do this particular thing where even though the alligator is sleeping, still the market is trending. That scenario. Yes, you can trade, but then what is the cost of that trade? Is 2 other trades which will go bad. In fact, what will happen, I'll tell you, both the previous trade, you would have got the SL hit and you would be very much demotivated to take the next trade, right? Psychologically, what will happen is 2 SL hit, then third thing, you will start waiting, you are not sure whether you can go in for the third trade. Again, so this is why.
That's exactly the point, sir. Because if somebody, and just for understanding for others, the rectangle area, if somebody has taken the short trade and his stop loss gets hit, he'll be very hesitant to take the long trade, which is a very prominent one, at 12 o'clock.
Yes. So that is the thing, that is the trade-off you have to give until you really, you think you are as quick. See, this, the only way, if you still think that you are missing that particular trade, then there are other ways which I will show you in the first, then comes Bollinger Band and other things. I will explain, but let's stick to, I will answer that question more deeper, Sanadeep, in terms of when, in spite of, see, the idea of this chart is not to know which is your no trading zone, right? So let's discuss that concept. Then the psychological point will come to that. Okay, Nilesh, can you quickly show 2-3 examples of the sideways?
Yes, sir.
That
So
this chart
here-
is really useful.
Here is one.
Go back in the previous days.
Yes, sir.
It is showing correctly. Let's first establish whether
Yes,
it's
sir,
a
it was-
useful tool or not. See
So during
here,
the trending,
Take
trending.
15.
You can
Take
see the 3
15.
lines. Then they are wide apart.
so one minute, I'll
alligator
put the
is
1-day
eating.
chart.
Yeah.
1-day chart. Just give me 1 minute.
Take
Yeah,
some
this-
other thing.
So this was the day. The trending one, the lines are wide apart.
Yeah, that's okay. We are looking at the sleeping. Here.
Here.
See here, this point. When it's close, can you draw the rectangle here?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
No, on your left. Yeah, right. Can you draw the rectangle here? You draw exact point according to alligator.
Yes, sir. Just 1 minute.
Yes. Right.
Yes, sir.
See, the thing is, after the alligator is sleeping, there will be a breakout, like in Bollinger. After the squeeze, definitely there will be a breakout in either side. So that is the expansion. So you have to wait for that opportunity when the alligator lines are expanding, which is coming again. I have to see after, I do not know how much time, 15th, 9 o'clock it started. So no trade, come to the right.
Yeah,
Then you
Nilesh,
can
Nilesh,
actually
go
trade.
left.
Here.
Increase the rectangle
I
towards
think
left.
this day was not a trending day.
Yes,
What
sir.
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the day?
15th
Yes.
was a complete range bound day.
Yes, only a
Yeah,
few
see,
100, 200 point opportunity and
so you ask me,
200
how
range.
do I know it's a range trade or trending day? This is one of the tools. You can see the whole range will be 400, 500 points or 600 points. Right?
Yeah, we just calculated 370.
Can I, you want me to calculate again? $244. 240 points.
No, it will be more. I do not know
Yeah,
how these
In
points are measured.
Renko, it is less, but if you look at the candlestick,
It was
there
277.
270 something.
Yeah, because the starting point is different here. Okay, so anyway, the point is made. Do you want more example? Anybody to show this sideways?
Yeah, Nilesh, go to Monday after 9:30 or 10.
Just 1 minute, sir.
See now how clearly the trend. Actually, you can use this also to trade.
No,
You
no,
know?
this is gap down. 13, this is gap
Yeah,
down. Wait.
but
I
gap
think this was
down,
the
but
right one.
still-
Nilesh, go to
Monday?
13th. Yeah, 13th. So this
This
was a
was-
gap down opening, and then whole day it was in range.
Yes, sir. After 10 to this position.
So
Yeah, from the first green candle,
yeah,
in
it is
break
narrowing.
till the, it
Yeah.
is.
Compared to the trending, it is narrowing now. And then finally, both green and red is merging. Come towards your right up to
This
the
way?
end of the day. End of the day.
Here,
Yeah, up to that you should come. Or in midway.
Yeah,
Look
yeah.
at the two green and red. The closeness.
Alligator line.
Where
Check the
closer?
alligator line.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just 1 minute. Is this correct, sir?
No,
You can
the
go
left
further
is
right.
left should come towards right. The left border of your rectangle should come when it's really getting closer. The left
This portion.
vertical line of the rectangle should be moved towards the right. Nilesh,
Okay,
you
okay.
can see it yourself, right?
Yes, I can see.
Yeah,
1 minute.
yeah. When it comes closer, you need to be approximate. You can't be perfect.
Yes, sir.
So this is what it is.
Even here.
Okay, they are still apart until the end, but it is comparative to the spread what it has before, right?
Yeah, sir. That day it was a huge gap down. That's why you see that alligator lines are
Right.
still apart.
Okay, so now Nilesh, is it understood? Okay, go
Yes,
back
sir.
to the previous chart. Now we have ADX line also.
1 minute, sir.
No, not this chart. Same chart, yeah.
Same, sir.
Same chart. Yeah. Now we are using ADX also. You look at, come right, not this one. Any rectangle you take and you look at the ADX line, then it will show similar thing, which we discussed last time also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Draw that rectangle again. And you show, ADX will show there's no momentum. ADX line is low, as you can see.
Yes, sir. But the DI line is below 20.
Clear? So, yeah. So this is the principle. Let's go back. It's going to be 9 o'clock again already.
Yes, sir.
We should have finished by
No,
now.
this is not the DI line. So we need to look for the ADX plot line, right? The
So-
blue line.
So that is the
Blue or
DI
the
line.
purple line, right?
The purple line.
Just 1
Yeah,
minute.
DI line is red and green, correct?
Yeah, red and green. Purple line is the
ADX,
ADX line.
ADX.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. So you need to look for ADX line, not
Line.
So-
DI.
Yes, sir. The ADX line is below 25.
25. So no momentum. Right? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now do you
Let's-
want
let's
to
go
add
to
another
17.
indicator to here
1 minute, sir.
or leave it like that?
Yeah, wait here.
17th, right?
Tuesday. Go left. Yeah.
This
Okay.
portion.
Yeah, this is the portion, right? Around, or you can go further left, around 10 o'clock, right? When the fall started after the rise. Yeah, this part.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, sir. In this case, I was observing, the ADX plot line moved above 40 only towards the end of the fall, right?
I don't get it, sir.
Let's draw a vertical line at 11:23 or 11:30. Yeah. So you can go further right.
With this same line.
Yeah.
Here.
Further where the plot line of ADX is crossing the 35, 40 marks. Left. You went too far.
Here.
Come left, where it is crossing the green line, the ADX line. Yeah, that's the point. So, sir, from an ADX perspective, the momentum came at this point, right? At 11:41. Whereas
Sir,
from a Renko perspective, this was already a big move.
Sir, what DI was giving an indication that there's a move. It's a downtrend.
That exactly was my point. So, shall we give more importance to DI or plot line?
No. See, wait. Sorry, I am a bit misunderstood. See, momentum can be on the short side or on the long side, right?
Agreed.
So here the momentum is on the short side. So that's why ADX line is improving. And that's why your red line is coming predominant. See,
so in this
we are
case,
neutral traders. We can
understand.
trade on both short and long. Here what it is saying, the momentum on the short side is improving, right? That's why Renko is showing correctly only, in my opinion.
Renko is right. I don't deny that. Renko is correct. What I'm trying to ask, between DI line and plot line of ADX, which one we should give more importance? And
no, both are
which one should cross 40?
That's what I'm trying to say. Where is the divergence here? I don't see.
No, there is no divergence. What I'm trying to, when I have to take a decision whether momentum is there or not, if I look into the red line, DI line, it has crossed the 40 at around 11.8 or before that, whereas the plot line is crossing at around 11:41.
Okay.
So how do we decide and which one I need to look to decide whether the momentum has come?
No, I answered this question already. You are trading on the basis of body chart. True. Right? So you have already entered in the trade. You are in the middle of the trade. You do not know whether to exit or to stay on this. You need conviction. So what you do, you look at when you took the entry, you know why you took the entry. Then you do not know about the target because that is unknown, right? So, but you are assuming that I'm going in for a 103 trade because I'm not trading in the no trade zone because there may be profit, but they're not 1:3 RR. So I am a trader who is taking 3-4 entries or maximum 6 entries in a day, and I'm going for 1.3. Now, to go into 1.3, there's so much noise is being created in the market. Where do you get the conviction? You are looking at the indicator. So one of them, this is the secondary chart, this is not the main chart. You are looking at the ADX. Then what will do? You are at this point, this vertical line, black line is there. You are at here. Now the question is, should I exit or should I continue? Right? Now the next brick is also coming red. Right? So you are going to continue. But you do not know at that point in time, because we are looking at the hindsight, what is going to be the next brick. Now, you see that the red line, that is the DI red, which is a short line, is improving the angle. It's going up only, slowly. Similarly, the ADX line is also momentum is increasing. That means the sellers are fully in control. The sellers are selling, more volume is added, more people are selling on that particular day, that time. So you have more conviction to continue to next 3-4 bricks. Look at the wick there. All are.
Yeah. I understand, sir. Sir, my question was.
All the 3 bricks are bearish bricks, right?
Sir, my question was 11:41. I'm convinced. Yes, the momentum is there. But
No.
if I go to 1022,
Yeah, okay, okay. That's another
10
thing.
to how do I get the conviction here?
Wait,
Because
wait,
Renko
wait,
is
wait,
giving me
wait, wait.
conviction.
One moment.
Sir,
We have dealt with 1141 now. It's clear, right?
That's clear.
So let's now move to 1022. What is that? Let's do it quickly because I have another chart to present. So now here, the question is, what is the question now?
The question
Yeah,
is, shall I stay or
ADX,
shall I
yes.
exit?
ADX is not showing because that is the
Yeah.
starting point. See, alligator is showing wide, right? The trend has started. You go to the second one now, first. Second brick,
This-
Nilesh, I will explain to you. On this continuation, go left. Yeah, you see that wick,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, which
bearish
is there.
move,
So
right? Then you are you have already taken the trade here, right?
Right.
At this point in time. You
Yeah.
see that, then you go up to 10, what is the time? 10:22, or whatever the time.
Yeah, 1022.
What?
Don't move that. Don't move that. Keep that over there. Add a new line.
Okay, 1 minute.
Okay, so now the point what he is making is that it is ADX is not showing, but it is developing, as you can see. See, the point is, yes, at this point there is no momentum, but the brick is showing you. That is why you are choosing Renko, because it is giving a clear signal. The wicks are showing that it is a bearish trend. The ADX momentum has not peaked. But then that is why the bricks are forming very slowly. You look at one brick to other brick, it has taken more than 1.5 hours, if I remember correctly. Can you look at it?
Yeah, yeah. So from 940 to 1022, only 3 bricks were formed.
Yeah. So that's quite large according to your standards, right? Standard
Right.
told before.
Right.
So
Yeah, yeah.
the momentum is not there, but the direction is continuing, right? And
Correct.
then the alligator lines are broader. So you stay in the trade. As long as, what is our rule? Until the opposite candle or brick is formed, you are not going to exit, right?
True, true. Yeah.
And also I told you, don't exit before the third brick, right?
Correct.
That's also another rule. So you have to continue because your bricks are coming on your side. No opposite brick side is formed. So now you are looking, when we go to other chart, we look at other candles. Yes, there is no momentum.
So one more
That's
thing.
why it is taking so much time to form a brick. So there are two things you can do. You can exit thinking that, okay, I don't want to stay in the trade. But having gone into the trade, you are already in about 75 to 100 points in the plus side. So the logic would be to stay on the trade, for which we will go to the first chart. See,
Got it.
that is
That's
why we have
exactly
the
what I
first
was
chart.
doing yesterday.
This chart is about the no trade zone. But
Got it.
definitely you will not enter when the momentum is not there. But being in the trade, so you will not exit. That's how I would explain this situation.
So one more
Sandeep?
thing. The
Yeah.
green one is coming down and the red one is picking up. That is
Yeah.
also an indication.
Yes, yeah, that is also there. The red one, that means the DI
Sellers.
negative is increasing.
moving
Yeah,
up, yeah.
that's a good point, Nilesh. Yes, even though the ADX line itself is not, it is in the, how much was that? Is it 25
was,
or above?
yeah, about 25.
About 25 is the momentum only.
About 25 is momentum, below 25 is.
Yeah,
and
below
this one is,
25, there
yes,
is
sir.
no momentum. 40
Because-
is strong momentum.
Yes, sir, here
Yeah,
it is
yeah, but-
35.
Yeah.
It is,
No,
there
but
is
No,
a
that's
Nilesh, if
fine.
you look into it,
Not to-
Nilesh, if you look into it, it is coming from the previous green, move that happened,
yes,
the
sir.
long move that happened. It is
So, but
not
even-
for the short move.
Even the
Yeah,
short
but
one is
red
picking up.
line is picking up, so that's a good indicator that we can look at.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
do one thing, Nilesh. Nilesh,
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
Download the Google Chrome app on a phone or tablet.
Yes.
So can we use 3 EMAs in place of alligator? That will give earlier signals.
One
Just
moment, Nilesh, sorry, we'll finish this topic. Can you
Yes,
take
sir.
this ADX into full screen?
Yes, sir. 1 minute.
I will show you that exact point. Okay, let's look at this. Where is the, it is about 25, right?
Yes, sir.
So there is momentum. Now see the red line, it is increasing and the green DI line is coming down. So I don't see what is the issue there.
No, I think the momentum that you're looking right now at 940 is because there was a long move that happened in the morning,
Correct.
right? So that momentum, it is sometimes confusing whether it is for the short or not. But as Nilesh was saying, the red line is also increasing. So we can ignore that part for some time and follow the red line.
Yeah, the red and the crossover is already happening. So
Right.
that's clear. Okay, let's move. What was the question somebody asked? Has it been answered?
So
that
he
we
wanted
go
to
the
use 3MA instead of the alligator to.
Sorry, what is that?
So he wanted to use 3MA, EMA instead of alligator. It gives early crossover than alligator.
I don't know. 3MA is a different strategy. See, we can go and test it, but for this purpose, the concept, see, alligator, 3MA, which 3MA you are going to use?
3 exponential moving averages.
No, which 3? Because
Sir,
when you
it's
say three,
6, 9, and 12.
and what is here? Let's see in alligator, what is
Alligator is 13, 5, and 8.
13, 5, and 8. Look, I do not know about the other one because I've not tested. But this 13, 8, 5 is tested by William, and he's saying for certain reasons that this is working, right? People are following. So if you want to use, I'm not sure because I've
There is
not
an offset
tested
here,
that
sir.
way.
That might be the reason for the lag. I don't know.
Jayesh,
Yeah.
there's not much of a difference.
Uh-huh.
What was it? 12, 6, and
6, 6, 9, and 12.
6, 9, and 12.
Yeah.
So just let me help you. See that there's not much of a difference. Can you see the alligator lines have changed? I've changed the inputs to 6, 9, and 12, and there's not much of a difference. Just 1 minute, okay? It will give you still
No, we don't do like that.
similar results.
Nilesh, no.
Yes, sir.
We don't do like that. Okay, you can test it separately. I don't want to change what, somebody has already researched and it has back tested and tested over time. I don't have I'm open, right?
But it is same, just a
So
tad
my
bit of a
question is,
difference.
why you want to use 3EMA when you have a system where people have already tested, accepted all over the world that this alligator is a point which with that William has researched, proved over multi-time frame, multi-market, blah, 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 and everything. Okay,
Yes,
let's
sir.
go to the first chart now, please. Otherwise,
Jagan sir, I just need 1 minute, if you don't mind.
Nilesh, we have to move on. 10 minutes, I have to finish. Maximum.
Sir, just give me 1 minute, please.
Go shoot your question.
Nilesh sir, I am only trusting your chart now. It's actually doing very awesome. Why are you inventing something? I mean, I don't need any reason for you to reinvent anything. You are given a super chart, and I'm enjoying that chart. I mean, now you go back and look at something else. Now I'm confused whether I should really follow your chart or not.
Sir, I will come back to that in our group or in TM. We'll continue with this for time being.
Okay,
Even, sir.
good. Let's go back to the chart.
So this
See,
one.
I definitely want to finish before 9:30. It's impossible to continue. One, because we schedule for 1 hour, we are already 1 hour 45 minutes. I want at least 10 minutes to explain. This is one of the main thing. Okay, right now, Nilesh, there is one I can remove and put it in the other chart, right? So can you please only open the body chart? Because there are a lot of indicators here. We have to remove one, we'll decide. So, yeah, now, Nilesh, you are a Bollinger Band person. You look at, now I want you to do one by one. Except GM, close all the thing, then only it will be clear. close everything. Okay. So now bring to Renko, please. This is how the chart was. Right. Okay, let's start with this. Can you see a very clear convergence between KDJ and Renko?
Yes, sir.
Leave this no trade zone. Is it clear?
Yes, do you want to change the time and setting for Renko? Right now it's 3 minutes, right? It needs to be 1 minute.
You can take either of them. Put it 1 minute also, it will work, no problem. Both will work exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
Just
So
let me
your
take-
first thing, the way you guys, I'm now talking to beginners, right? Who are still want to join this thing. First thing, don't look at anything. Look at this. Is it not very clear? Just using without any indicators, nothing, that the trend, it is coinciding with KDJ. I've lightened the KDJ background here, except some point where there is this for which we are using the J line and all that. So this is your first understanding whether I can take a trade or not based on this KDJ. As long KD, one second, sorry, just 1 minute.
Yeah, Raghavendra sir, the reason we are using different strategy is because this one, the Bollinger one is for consolidated and breakout trades, and this one, Renko, is for trending markets, which is why it is important to have two strategies in hand.
Sorry, I'm back.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sorry, there was a delivery guy who was coming. So it's clear. So we'll go to the next step, which is draw the EMA. Just open that EMA 20. Now, what we do is, the second principle, you trade always above the 20 EMA long, and if you are below the 20 EMA, it should be short, meaning generally you don't trade when it is above the 20 EMA, it will be mostly long trades. And when it goes below the 20 EMA, you try to concentrate on short trades. That
Sir,
means you don't need to take every trade.
Sir,
Right?
sorry to interrupt. 200 or 20?
20 EMA.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Is it 20 EMA, the black
No,
one?
sir. We are using 100, 200, 50, and 20.
No.
Open the settings. Open the settings.
No, there's something wrong then. Which chart you are using? Go to
Sir.
the check. It's only 20.
1 minute, sir. No. It is giving 20, 50, 100, and 200.
Yeah, but we have only activated 20. Go and check.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
No, go and check. Let's check this.
So there's no option of inputs.
No, wait. No, the option is first 2, 3, 4 is 20, 50, 100, 200. That's the way it should be seen. Let's do one thing. No problem. See, remove that indicator.
This one?
Yeah, remove it.
Yes, I did.
And put only 20.
No. It is there. Wait. Nilesh.
Yes,
open
sir.
the settings.
Settings.
Open the
Choose the first one only. Rest of the thing highlight.
First
highlight.
two. You can
Choose
uncheck the
first.
last one.
Yes, sir.
So
Got it.
20 and 50 are there.
No,
So you
just
can
put
keep only
20 only. I
But
want
Yeah,
to-
just keep the 20. Enable.
Oh, 1 minute. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is 20.
this
Got
one,
it, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Broadly, this is broadly that the above 20 is, as we all know, it is a long trading, and below 20 it is mostly shorts, right? As you can see, don't exactly, it is not, it's giving you an indication whether you are on the long side or on the short side. Try as much as possible to follow this, that when it crosses about 20, you are safe on the long side. When it is crosses down below the 20, you are safe on the short side, right? So this is the second rule. And most of the things it will follow, as you can see. You can show that, Nilesh,
Yes, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4 points where, yeah, this
Here,
one, then,
here,
yeah, and then
about 20 period moving average. Here, a long trade, and
here, clear.
Here.
The third one, no, on the right itself you can show. Yeah,
Yes.
that point.
Here below
When it's
20,
crossing, yeah, it will blow. Then again on the right side, as I
here.
said broadly, yes. So like that, okay. So now
sir.
let's open. This is the general indication. Now let's open this half trend. I want to explain.
Should I turn this off? EMA.
Yes. See, this is the half trend again. This is I've removed the super trend as you have seen. Instead, I'm using the blue line. And can you bring down the chart into the middle a little bit? See, the question is, if you are not sure about the when the reversal candle happen, in this first case, very clear that the bearish with a long leak is a proper bearish brick. Can you show that, Nilesh?
So here.
No, on the right, the long one. Yeah, correct. Yeah, that one on the right.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a proper one. So after second, the blue is changing to black, right?
Yes, sir.
The black is the bearish one. So you can take on the second trade or second one, when it is about to, when the black is appearing, right? So this is for people who would like to have even more confirmation to avoid the no trade zones and all that stuff. So for example, if you go to the second one, the no trade zone, you'll see the blue one is really changing to black one at a much later stage, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and similarly, the black will not change. Even if you see an upside candle, it smoothens out and you will not be able to, it doesn't change the color. This black, let's see the black here. There is a two candles up, right?
Yes, sir.
Plus still the color is black, correct? Which shows a downtrend. That means in spite of one brick appearing on the opposite side, the trend it is showing it is still downtrend. So in other ways, this is the area where you should avoid taking any trade because it is still blue. That means it is still showing uptrend. There is no confirmation that the trend has changed. And here also, you see only the one or two bricks on the opposite side. Again, it's changing color. Again, it's changing color. So we don't trade this one. Similar to if you are not using the second chart, then there is some indication here. If you observe more, you will find that in those no trade zones or where there is no momentum, in spite of one opposite brick appearing, this blue line will not change the color. It will continue. So when there is a definitive change in the trend, the mini trend, then only the color will change. Okay. So that is, then you please go to the fractals.
Yes, sir. Turned it on.
Yeah. Fractals, is there any doubt clear to you?
No doubt.
High, right? So these are fractals are showing the high and low points of the swings, which you can know by also by seeing the Renko itself. So it is the same principle what we use in other Bollinger Band and other stuff. So this gives you a signal of the beginning of the trend and the end of the trend, the high and low point, and that TDH is in the other one, I think. Now let's go to the Bollinger Band. So you see, now you off the half trend so that it will become clear. So now do you see Nilesh or other people? Sanadeep?
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that.
now you tell me, is it possible clear here using the fractals, using the Bollinger Band to trade? Because you now you know the standard deviation, whether does it give more conviction on the entry and exit?
That's
Yes,
correct.
sir.
Yeah, it does.
Look more
Sir,
closely.
what difference did you find between half trend and super trend?
See, super trend, it is just following, no? See, when you combine, you know, I said, see, there's no point in having 4 directional indicators saying the same message, right?
Right.
Now, what's the point? Already you are getting a trend in Renko. Then if you get another trend indicator, you'll be only stuffed with more indicators and your chart become complicated. We would like to have how to combine. There was a video also in our YouTube channel, how to combine indicator. If 2 indicators, 3 indicators are giving the same message, there's no point, it doesn't add value. Whereas if you can combine one trending indicator, which if you're trending the body chart, then you have to have some confirmation from volume, like you said. You have to need some conversion about momentum, right? About volatility. If you had that kind of combine those indicators, then you really get a value for the chart. But if you're repeating the same indicators 2, 3, 4, which is giving you the same message, whereas the trend is clear, it doesn't add value to your strategy. So that is the
Right.
logic.
Yeah, that was my question. Even half trend is indicating a trend, right?
It indicates trend change
Trend change.
much betterly.
Okay.
Super
So
trend
this
also
is for
indicates
trends.
trend change.
Yeah, it also
But
indicates super
yeah,
trend.
also, see, the point is that slope of the super trend, if it is flat, that is the only point in super trend. That means there is no trend, right?
Right.
When
Right.
the angle of the super trend is steep, then there's a trend. If you add super trend, you'll see, okay, add super trend 25. You'll see it will just follow the same thing. It doesn't provide you any additional value. Add super trend. No, take the this Kivanko Livjik.
1 minute, sir.
Have you taken the correct one? I will show you.
This one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give one,
yeah,
sir.
that's the one. Add 25-1.
So 1 minute. just
Sorry,
give me.
25-3. $25. It was 3 or 1. I forgot.
25, 1, I thought.
1. 25-1.
I'm not sure. Let me check.
Yeah, 25-1. See the same thing.
No,
Just
let me turn
following
this
the
off.
trend. What is the additional?
Can I turn this on?
Yeah,
Difference.
yeah,
That's
turn
why-
half trend.
It's overlap.
Yeah, almost same.
It's almost the same because they both are trend. But the question is, what is the, you can have super trend. The point is here, whether the super trend is just following the same thing. It is not giving any additional benefit here. What
Yeah,
is
I
the
think
difference?
I see super trend gives an early indication for change. If you look into
Yeah,
all
exactly,
the buy and
exactly,
sell
yeah.
signal.
Sir,
After giving the after the 2
this
breaks.
portion here, it gives like indication it is going up, you can take a trade, but then here it cancels out. Whereas when you use this half trend, you just get to know what exactly is going on. I mean, this portion was not shown, but
Yeah, yeah. When super trend gap is there, that means there is no trend.
good. Yes, sir. Go on.
Look, I have a very open mind about these things. I don't mind at all if you guys think that you are more comfortable with super trend, we can have. If you think the half trend is valuable, actually we can add super trend. You can off whatever you don't like, right? That's another.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah.
But you
People can
can't have
decide based on that.
too many things on a chart. That is becomes too much complicated. Practically, when you are trading, you will get confused and it's difficult to handle. That's the point.
Yeah, yeah. Even the dots, I think if we can remove, that will make it a little more clean.
So what do we do?
I'm not sure from where it is. It is half trend. Yeah, you can.
See, the half
these
trend
are
you
ATR
using
highs,
the
right?
ATR. That's the
Okay,
difference.
I got it. Oh, yeah, yeah. I got it.
Yes, so this one is much better.
That's okay. I think let's keep it. People based on
No,
the-
you
We'll
can
observe
keep
it.
it
We'll
here.
observe it.
Look, you can keep it here. You choose. If you think uptrend is confusing, forget about it. If you think super trend is not helping, forget about it. Or if both are, you can off both of them, trade. It is all depends on individual comfort level, right?
That's right.
So
That's
how
right.
much you can handle, how much it is adding value, that you can decide only after practicing for few days, right? So we have provided this, but
Yeah, that's fine.
there is always something that when you add, if there is no, when you combine these indicators, it must add value to the chart. That's the principle, right? Okay,
Yes, sir.
That's correct.
right. So let's close all of them, off trend also, open only Bollinger Band.
Jagat sir, 1 minute. Whenever I see a bearish candle on 5 minutes or whatever, I immediately see a black arrow, which is actually probably going to help us. I mean, whichever chart which we were seeing just before 2 minutes or something. So when I see a bearish candle, immediately I see a black arrow, which is reconfirming or it's a confluence that it is going down. Don't mind getting into it, but just please watch.
So what
Yes,
is the
please
point
do
you are
that.
making, Raghav?
But exactly, there is a reversal candle. You see a black arrow.
Yeah, that is the signal associated with that
Yeah,
indicator, half trend indicator. Yes.
exactly. We can take it as one more confidence to enter a short trade, is my view.
Yeah, but you already have a confirmation there, right? If you look into the black arrow in the orange candle, before that there are two candles with long wick.
This one.
Yeah, just left of that you see two candles with
Yes,
long
sir,
wick.
this one
That
and
itself is a clear confirmation, right?
Correct, sir. This is one more confluence, is what I'm telling. One more addition to our, weapon.
Sir, but
Yeah,
it's too
that's
late.
what Jagan sir was saying. Yeah, it is late and we don't want to make the chart crowded. Let it be simple so that people can decide fast.
See,
and
the
take
half
actions.
trend, so half trend is useful only when there is no momentum, but there is a reversal. So it helps you to avoid the wrong trades. That's the only use. But
Correct.
that is not the one which is deciding the entry. Deciding the entry is the first opposite candle. Theoretically, you should take that candle. In these cases, it's so clear. You see the red, first red. Nilesh, quickly, can
Yes,
you
sir.
show the first red? It's
Yes,
really
sir.
a bearish one. Second is also a full body. Third is a bearish one. So it's pretty clear. This half trend becomes useful only when there is a opposite candle, but still the color doesn't change. That means
This one.
it is all, it's a slow indicator. It is waiting for that only. But that is not the one which decides on the trade. You will be already late. Or we can remove this if it is not. Let's remove this cup trend.
So let's observe it for a week and then we can.
No, if it is, if we are not clear and it is not showing, don't have the uptrend. Remove it, Nilesh, no problem.
I just
No,
opted
sir,
for
no, sir. Please don't remove because of my comments.
No, Raghav, you can use it. You can try it. This is
Observe
going
it.
to be a generic chart. So if we are not convinced, we don't add indicator for the sake of indicator. What is important is clarity of mind to trade. And if it is not going to help you, let's not have it. Okay. So you can have it in your chart, not a problem. For now, I want the chart to be very clear and easy to handle. So even super trend, I'm not sure. Let's keep it like that. So now just add the Bollinger Bands only. Remove the half trend. Yeah, and then save the chart. Okay. So now you tell me this chart is tradable or not.
Yes, sir. Tradable.
Clear? Now we also, what is the advantage of this adding the Bollinger Band? You are getting the reversal clearly, right? You are able to see the top and bottom of the trend clearly. And you see a justification. See, when you see this, take any of this reversal, lower point.
Low point.
Yeah, take that one. Yeah. See here, when the reversal comes, you do not know whether you should trade or not. My rule says that yes, you should take the trade. Where do you get the conviction? Yes, it is also on the two standard lowest point. Even according to Bollinger Band, you would have taken the trade like Srini explained. So there's double confirmation. One, there is a reversal brick is appearing. Second, it is appearing at the support level, right? Which is the Bollinger Band 2SD. So,
And also KDJ is supporting.
well, KDJ is yeah, correct, exactly. KDJ is supporting. So there are three. So you are much pretty sure that your entry is correct.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, you don't need the other wave volume thing also.
Yeah, yeah. So many you just for that's why you open with KDJ. First follow the KDJ, then follow this Bollinger Bands. So you know that when the reversal is taking place, there is a logic. What is the logic? It is getting a strong support at 2 SD level. Similarly, go to the top, the same candle at the top, right, that trend. Yeah, see here, the reversal is taking place. Can you take the trade? Yes. Why? Now you can say, oh,
So,
there's no
sir, not only that, it also gives you a clarity in terms of your target.
Yes, yes.
See.
Which is the neutral point.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Neutral point
one.
and the extreme point.
Yeah, no, here itself. This one goes slightly to the right. Don't do any. Yeah, that one. So that is your Bollinger Bands neutral, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yeah, that is your middle band, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you
That's
can
where you
either,
are supposed to exit.
Correct.
So that is your target one, right? The target
sir.
would have been the lower band, but you are exiting at target one, correct?
And then you can re-enter again, later on.
Yeah, we enter again because it is respecting the support level. And the next one is a bullish candle, right? The right one.
Correct.
Go to the next candle.
Yes, sir.
It's clearly with a long tail and it's a bullish candle or bullish break rather. You can take.
The only thing it is coming at a KDJ when it is red.
What is that? The KDJ is short because the trend is getting over. That is where you can draw that J line also.
Yeah, sir. The J line will help here.
Yeah,
Should
okay.
we try add it?
So this is the idea. You can go to the next one also. Next one, go for, no, right one, on the right one. Go, let's finish it. So here, it's only 4, it's weak. And again, the band is narrow. So naturally, it is ending with the third candle itself. It is coming in neutral. You would have exited, or first target you would have taken. Then again, the trend is back support. And then go to the next one. There's an expansion, as you can see.
Yes, sir. Band working.
No, the right one. Yeah, there's an expansion. So again, it is reversing at it is a 2 SD level. You can use the 3 SD also here, Bollinger Band, which will also, if you do the 3 SD, it will show further, like Srini explained. So let's stop there.
Sir, 3 SD I tested, it's not respecting. Only 2 SD only it's
Sir, what I wanted to do is, I wanted to try 2.5 standard deviation.
Okay, we can do that another time, Nilesh.
Okay, sir.
Let's go quickly. In the next 5 minutes, I want to finish. Go to the indicators. Go to the indicators.
Yes, sir.
The full chart. Now there are 4. I don't want to remove this base volume. I found it very useful. As you can see, it is completely the volume increase. We have already said, yes. Now, if it is too crowded, what I can do is, see, one thing you have to understand, this really, you can see the confluence. I'm not going to go and explain. If you go to the chart, you will see the confluence everywhere. But the point is, this really is different from the Willy. If you have an alert, you will be surprised to see the alert will show completely different if it is a candlestick chart. You must remember.
Yes, sir.
Right? So this Willy will not show the alert for as it appears in the candlestick. So there are 2 different things, right? The Willy. So don't compare what is the plot line and the EMA line here will be very much different at the same point in a candle chart. So as you know, when you apply certain indicators, it behaves differently in Renko. So I would like to remove one of them and put it in the other chart. Shall we remove the Willy?
Yeah, I think we can remove Willy from here.
Remove the Willy. And I told you, Willy
In
will
fact,
be
for
able,
that
you will
matter, do we
understand.
need to keep RSI also here, sir?
Sir, we
The
need RSI with
RSI is
Bollinger.
very important for Bollinger Bands. I think Nilesh will say.
So the
Nilesh-
reason for that is that, you know, this chart itself is reflecting a lot of information, right? And
Yes.
if people can focus only on chart, they'll be able to take, you know, more trade with KDJ plotline also being there.
Yeah, but
RSI, we can
RSI,
keep it in the other
see,
chart.
why RSI is there, I'll tell you. RSI is always paired with Bollinger Bands for momentum, right?
Right.
It has been proved again, RSI and Bollinger Bands comes in pairs because it has got a lot of relevance in terms of momentum, right? And volatility. So I don't want to remove RSI. See, there are certain things we are not experienced. We have to take from people who have already established, right? These Bollinger Band people, if you look at it, they will always do RSI. Same way I answered another question about the alligator versus 3 EMA. Yes, alligator has been tested, proven, sort of research has been done, and William R. as established person. So I know about it. I don't need to reinvent the wheel. If I have
Yes,
to
sir,
start
sir, I
using
agree with that.
3MA,
Sir,
sorry. If I am start using 3MA, I have to do the research. I have to back test. I have to try. So it is reinventing the wheel. So
I got your point.
yeah, that's the
My point was that, you know, this RSI with Bollinger Band, yes, it works. But right now we are using Renko chart, right? Renko and this RSI, because Renko itself is giving proper indication in terms of, you
Sir,
know,
you can use Renko
where it is
RSI
going.
also.
Sir, the question
Did
answer
it
is,
help?
the answer is certain things, you know, Sanadeep, your logic is
Yeah.
perfect. I agree with you 100%. But when our seniors, people who are established, people who are well known, I mean, talking about worldwide, global level, when they trade in different instrument in Forex, commodities, when they keep using it, I don't want to go and change thinking that I'm smarter than them, right? Because
That's fine,
my
sir. We can
system
keep
is
it.
working. To a
Yeah,
certain extent, I want to give the credit and that recognition that if some system is working for most people, then it must be a good system. That is the logic,
Can
right?
you just
I'm not questioning, maybe I will question. I'm not a person who accepts everything. I question everything, but there is a limit to that questioning also. When so many people have done it and they have accepted something as a system that is working, why to change it?
So one more thing,
Yeah.
Bollinger is a lagging indicator and RSI is a leading indicator. That is the reason one of the reason we pair it. And
Yeah.
it also shows up,
sir,
it also, one more thing, whenever we use channel, we use RSI. Why? Because overbought and oversold, both of them tell the same story, which is the reason to add confluence, we use RSI with channels, all the channels.
Yes, sir, I agree. But can we check the confluence here with respect to
Here,
Renko?
I'll show you the,
It will come. Yeah, it will show. I've checked
Yeah.
that already.
here, there's a confluence here. You can ride it till here and then look at RSI and Renko. Both are behaving similar. Again, there's a confluence here. To take a trade, there's an exit here.
yeah, but you know, both are forming at the same
Hey,
time. So what I'm
another
saying
point.
is,
Wait. Yeah. See, now when RSI in the middle, yeah, now that is the point. Now I
See,
remember.
one more
40,
thing,
60, that is the no trade zone.
this portion.
You see, when it is there, you see there is no momentum. There is no point. You see the Renko is struggling. It is not moving. So it is helping you to identify that there is no momentum. Yeah. See, that's why that black highlighted, I've highlighted that
Yes, sir, this
zone.
portion.
That is 40-60 zone, right? Nilesh?
Yes, so 40-60 zone.
So which is the neutral zone. That's another
sir.
advantage.
One
And
more
you can
thing.
see that if you see up, you see that there's no big movement, there's no
Yes, sir.
trend.
One more thing, if anyone wants to trade this zone, they can use stochastic for short scalping for 10-15 points, which is the reason I've added stochastic in my first chart, Bollinger Band, 2 standard deviation.
Okay.
No, I
Nilesh,
think
Yes,
Nilesh,
sir.
you can do that with KDJ J line also.
Yes, sir.
yeah, but
Sir,
RSI
KDJ is a
definitely
derivative
I
of
don't want to
stochastic.
remove. Why? Because I know from my own experience, this RSI, that momentum and the many points Nilesh told, the leading indicator, it is also giving you that squeeze zone. It is giving you that indication where there's no momentum. So there's a lot of advantage. RSI is one of the most important indicator, and I will never ignore it. And
No,
it
sir,
goes
I'm
well
not
with the
asking you to
Bollinger Band.
ignore it.
So,
Sir, I'm not asking
okay.
you to ignore
Now
it.
let's go to the other chart and add Willy, if you all agree. We'll share this chart, Nilesh, before you go. Then we can close this discussion. I'll just take 2-3 minutes for question and answer. If you want to add Willy, just add Willy here.
Sanadeep, sir, KDJ is also a derivative of stochastic and RSI.
Got it. So what I was saying is, instead of RSI keeping it there, we can move it here because that chart is already heavy.
No, that's why we have removed Willy, Sanadeep. Sanadeep, there are certain conventions. You can do it if you are comfortable. No problem. As I said, these are the basic charts. Please change whatever you want, whatever you are comfortable. You can move it here and there. These charts are basic charts. They are given here as an inspiration to make your own charts. I would never expect you and I would never ask you to trade on the same chart. As I repeated again and again, these are basic charts. These are what I call generic charts where you can move. I don't know whether you people know. You can just copy this indicator and put it in somewhere else in another chart. Nilesh, you know how to do it?
Yes, sir.
Save it, please, before we forget. Save the chart. So you can take this indicator, just copy and paste in another chart. So now go back to the first chart. Let's close
So
this.
this is the first one. This is the first chart.
Yeah, this is the first chart. Now I've removed one, so it looks a bit more compact. You can reduce the Willy size. It's too big, the height, yeah, and give more space to. The ADX is here also.
No, this is the first chart.
Yeah, and the
which we
second
added.
chart also we have ADX, right?
No, we removed it, sir. We don't have ADX in second chart. This is the second
So
chart.
what? Let me look at it. What we have?
So NMACD we have.
No. Which is the first chart? I'll tell you.
Sir, this is the first chart.
Yeah. Wait.
We have alligator.
No. That is the second.
This is the second chart.
This is the second
chart.
Okay, sir.
Chart CTCH2. Look at the name.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir.
So you are getting confused. Look at the first chart. I think ADX is both.
No, sir. We don't have ADX.
No, this is okay. So you have Renko, Vice, which is important. RSI I have, because people like NMACD, we have NMACD also, because you are familiar, right? That is chart 1. Go to the chart 2, let's re-verify what is there. So we have ADX and Willy only, correct?
Yes, sir.
And we have TDH on the top and alligator on the top. So this is the generic setup, which I'm going to send the thing to me, the link, these two charts.
Yes, sir.
I will post it in the group. And this will be the CTH 2.1. Exceptional case, we have 2.1 and 2.15, which are two charts. Then
Yes,
you have 2.2 and other things. So this is the chart which you can treat it as a basic chart. Please feel free to change or remove the indicator, put your own indicator, whatever is comfortable. So let me, based on this feedback, this is how I would finalize. Now let's have last few minutes for questions. If anybody has, now time is 9:48, so that we can close. Sanadeep, thank you very much for a very useful contribution. Lot of points you gave us from your experience. Thank you very much for that. And thank you also, Nilesh, for helping me navigating all these things so that I can speak continuously. Now go to the questions. The other people who are keeping quiet, You must be having questions. Can you please unmute yourself and ask?
Yeah, so far it is
Yes,
clear,
sir.
sir, no problem. So we will try the new adding with the new indicators. So let's see how it's acting in the live market. What are the confidence we are getting, sir?
Okay. Narendra,
but,
Sir, Sachin this side.
Srini, Umar Shankar.
Yeah, Sachin this side, sir. I'm just having one question. So by the time we wait for forming a solid brick, sometimes what happens, it moves to two or three bricks temporarily. It forms 2 to 3 bricks temporarily. So how to handle that situation? Whether to enter before forming the solid bricks or wait for forming the solid brick? Because what happens sometimes within 1 minute, 2 or 3 bricks gets formed when there is a high momentum.
I didn't understand the question because of the volume. Can somebody else answer, Chandeep? What is the question? I didn't understand.
Yeah, sir, he is asking that, when the momentum is there, sometimes what happens, the temporary bricks gets formed very quickly, right? And by the time solid bricks forms, the market has already moved that
Another
much.
50
So we
points.
we missed those points.
How?
In fact, today was an example.
Wait. How it is possible?
Yes,
One
sir,
brick is 25 points. If that brick is forming and it closes, you will get only 25 points.
No.
No,
It's not
sir.
one brick, sir. At continuously 3-4 bricks will get formed.
Yes.
this is when we have
Today-
a huge momentum. Like for
So
example,
today,
algo candle.
yeah, at around 2:30 it happened.
No, 3 p.m. Today, 3 p.m. There was a doji bar from a candlestick.
Let's go there.
thing.
Let's go there. Let me
Yeah,
check.
but now we won't be able to check because it has already been formed.
Yeah, okay.
What happened at that time?
Yeah. So what is the question now? Yes, continuously it's formed.
Yes, sir.
Fast.
Yes, sir. I
Four
I
candles.
observed 5 to 6 bricks are formed.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, there's strong momentum and there's
they-
a deep fall. Yes.
They call it as phantom bricks or whatever it is.
So what is the issue there then? Tell me.
We were not sure, like, that time.
So basically, you missed that opportunity, sir. Like 3-4
KTJ
bricks
also
are already formed.
is like black.
No. What? How do you miss the opportunity? You're forming.
Outside KTJ.
You are supposed to take a trade when the close of the brick, right? 25 points, right? What you're saying is within minutes, let's say
Sir,
an algo candle is
Three
there.
or 4 bricks formed.
Yeah.
Sir, here, for example, there are 4 candles that formed at 13 2, 13 2, 13 2, and 13 2. And then this was at 13 3. This is what he's telling.
Correct.
Correct. So if somebody would have entered at 13.3 thinking it will go down, he will be in, losing those 3 or 4 bricks there.
Yeah. So he might have entered on 4th brick. That is very risky.
The answer is you are taking the trade on the first reversal except the no trade zone, right? Continuation candles are there. You have the fractals formed. You are supposed to take a trade on the first brick, right? If it is not in the no trade zone. So even if it is falling, you are going to get the benefit only. I don't understand how you lose. If you miss the first break, you mean? If you miss an early entry, is that your question?
Correct, sir. Actually, no, sir. The first brick, solid brick, it's not getting formed. Immediately 4-5 temporary bricks are blinking. So when we are getting ready, immediately 4 bricks are formed. That means the heavy movement has done. While the reversal.
Can I answer this question just 1 minute? See, actually, this is the entire trend. Here, it might try to reverse, but you can see Willy, it's not crossing. It's just touching and then it went down.
Unless in the hindsight, it is looking, very clear.
Yes, sir. But
I think
I
in
can
the live
understand.
market, it
Are you
becomes an
talking
issue.
about the projection bars?
Yeah. Temporary bars,
temporary
bars.
projection. It's called, okay. Now you open the 20 indicator EMA. Where is that? In the first chart? I'll show you. What will happen? Just not in this.
Close the alligator.
First chart. CTCH1.
Yes, sir. This one.
Yeah,
20 EMA.
20 EMA. Look at the 3 o'clock.
So here it's just 3-2.
This is the time 3-2.
Yes, sir.
But it is taking support at 20 MA, no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and then it is trying to get a support. Then it is not able to get a support. Then it is going down to 20 MA. You see, that's what is happening.
Sir,
So
this is like the mean of Bollinger Band, and here it is touching the mean and it went down.
wait a minute. We have to have this 20 MA. I suggest we put a 20 MA straight away. Look, we'll do one final thing. Remove the 20 MA indicator. Just put one straight away. Remove remove. Put in EMA 20 directly. I did it because some people may not have Pro Plus, where they will have restrictions. So I always use this kind of things so that one will take care of everything. Just change it to 20 and have a black color or whatever it is. Yeah, slightly bigger, second or third. Yeah, fine.
It got.
Yeah, good. Okay. So here, the question here is, as I said, this support and resistance. You can use the support resistance lines, PDH, previous day low, bowling at these, what you call the CPR levels and things like that. But moving averages also are support and resistance points. So here, this 20, come down a bit, this chart, so that we see the main chart, body chart here. So you can see that it is trying to get a support, trying to break the thing, and reverses back. Then again there is a bearish brick appearing, and it proceeds down. So your point is, if you have taken 3-4 fast, then the question, there is an algo candle or something like that. So you cannot do much about it except that being quick decision making. Otherwise, you just can't do anything. This can happen not only to this trade, it can happen in any trade.
One question. This is not our main chart, right? This is our secondary chart which we observe for.
Yes, it is secondary. Yes.
So yes, sir. So there's no problem with this chart, because if we are using this chart, the Bollinger Band, and if we consider the timing here, he mentioned here, that's what I said. It touched the and here it touched our first target. Either you should not take a trade because it took a first target,
No.
or you should wait.
The point. Nilesh, you're missing the point.
Yes, sir.
302, the 4 candle that form, which touches the mean line, it is
Yes, sir.
done in 1 minute candle, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I get your point.
So that is the point.
Sandeep, and Nilesh, also I want to add one more point. Is sometimes the 4 temporary blinking, the temporary bars becoming the single bar sometimes.
Yes, sir.
This is the case, no? So generally you'll see early in the morning opening trade, you'll always see so many bars temporarily getting formed, and suddenly everything becomes solid.
Yes.
Okay, let me explain this projection bars, how it should be treated. Okay, I got it now. What you're talking. See, the projection bars are those which project, if the same thing continues, where would be the Renko after some time? So it is just a linear extension. It is giving a projection that, but as you see, this comes with experience. If you see that, suppose there are 4 projection bars, right? So you know that you keep watching. That is going to tell you about what is going to be the next brick. So according to the projection formation, the next brick should be, let's say, red. But what happens, that 4th one will become 3rd. It will start disappearing, 3rd, 2, 1, like that, right? So if it disappears, yes, that means this forming of the next continuation candle is in a question mark, or your assumption that the trend will continue. Suppose we are in a short trend, that becomes invalidated. Why it becomes invalidated? Because that projection is the normal where things should go. But as you can see, that bars disappearing, that means that the opposite people, for example, if it's a short trade, the call traders are coming, they are not allowing, so the short traders are not having the way, so there is no clear. The more and more projection block is blinking or struggling to form a candle means the trend is not strong on the side you are trading. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So, for example, now you can't see because there is no live market. What I'm trying to say is, suppose if you are in a bullish trend, let me take the opposite side. There are 3, 4, 5 projection bars. That means the trend is expected to continue on the call side. But if those projections start disappearing, that means your trend being continuous is being questioned. There is no strong trend. So slowly it will disappear. And the more it disappears and it comes back to one projection bar or no projection bar, most likely you will see an opposite. That's going to be a trend reversal or mini trend reversal. There's going to be a opposites are appearing. So that is where, see, these are used to add quantities or to remove, take partial profit, or to add and add more quantities, and those type of decisions it will be used. But nevertheless, you need to wait for the candles to be formed. And these projection candles will give you only an idea about the strength of the direction of that candle. Let's leave it there. You have to experience and watch this. Exactly, it will behave like the way I told you, that when the projection bars are appearing, you see appearing and disappearing and more forming, all these things you will show the strength of that particular trend. This will come only by observing. So,
yes, sir. It shows only in 15 minutes time frame, not in 1 minute. So it's a confirmation it's going in a directional way.
okay, there's another thing I forgot to tell you. You should always look at 15 minutes also. Go to 15 minutes quickly, 1 minute before we close, and see that. Is the trend more clearer? Let's see. Why it has not changed? It looks the same.
No, sir. Here it touched on a 1 minute time. It touched the bottom. But here it reversed from the V.
15 minutes showing the same picture?
Yes, sir. This is 15 minutes.
There's no change. Can you take the previous day?
1 minute, sir.
Yeah, bring it down. So this is another thing which I forgot to tell you is you must look at 15 minutes always to see, what that point, I understand what Raghav made, that yes, you have to look at that chart also. Let us leave it here, gentlemen. It's already, I think, 7:38, 2.5 hours. So let me close and thank you very much. And this is not the end of we will still continue. We can ask questions in the group and we can answer. So thank you all. Good night.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.